We are living in a world of deliberate decay. Look around you at the phone designed to slow down after 2 years, the application that breaks just after its warranty expires, the furniture that becomes particle board dust after a single move. This is not accidental. It is not a failure of the system. It is a system working exactly as intended. This is the planned obsolescence mindset, a cancerous behavior at the very core of the corpocracy. It is metabolic dysfunction, where the health of the economy is measured not in its stability or the satisfaction of its people, but by the relentless, feverish speed of its consumption. The tumor must keep growing, and to do that, it must ensure that everything we own, and by extension our attention, our labor, and our lives, becomes obsolete as quickly as possible. We treat this as a simple complaint about things not being made like they used to be, but that misses the profound spiritual sickness at play. What if the cure is not better recycling or stricter regulations on manufacturers? What if the cure is not a fight but a fast? What if we simply stopped participating in a system that depends on everything we love turning to trash? The cancer's metabolism, how the tumor feeds. So, the metabolism of this cancer is a closed, predatory loop. It doesn't just sell you a product, it sells you a cycle of dependency, and it extracts energy from you at every single stage. The players are, pay attention here, the corporation, the primary cancer cell whose DNA is coded for infinite growth. Number 2, the shareholder, the nucleus of that cell, demanding constant division and expansion. And number 3, the marketing arm. This is the receptor of the cancer that tricks the host body into welcoming the invader. So let's trace the life cycle of a single product, a hypothetical EcoHeat coffee maker, through this parasitic metabolism. First, it goes through the design phase. This is the mutation of the cancer. The design brief for the EcoHeat is not create the best, most durable coffee maker. It is create a coffee maker that will last precisely 37 months, just beyond the standard 3-year warranty, and cannot be easily repaired. The heating element is a proprietary part fused to the main board. The casing is a sonically welded shut. The cost of repair is engineered to be 80% of the cost of a new model. This is not incompetence. It is precise engineering for failure. Number 2, the marketing hook. This is the angiogenesis of the cancer. The tumor now creates its own blood supply. A multi-million-dollar marketing campaign launches, not about the quality of the coffee, but about a new must-have feature, a Bluetooth connection to your phone. It creates a social signal that your old, perfectly functional coffee maker is now dumb. It manufactures desire out of perceived lack. Number 3, the breakdown and repurchase. This is the metastasis of this cancer. At 38 months, your EcoHeat fails. You call for repair and are quoted a prohibitive price. You feel the frustration. You learned helplessness. The system guides you seamlessly to the website to buy the new EcoHeat 2.0. The transaction is complete. The corporation has extracted your money twice for one function, and the broken husk of this first machine is externalized to a landfill, becoming a toxin in a community you will never see. The cycle is complete, and the tumor has successfully fed. Our complicity. Why we keep feeding these tumors. This system would collapse overnight without our active, albeit reluctant, participation. We are not innocent victims. We are the host that has been psychologically manipulated into feeding its own parasite. The addiction to the new. We are addicted to the short-term dopamine hit of the unboxing. The shiny new object promises a fresh start, a hit of a social status, a moment of joy in a monotonous cycle. This addiction is carefully cultivated. The thrill of the new is a powerful anesthetic that numbs us to the pain of the constant financial drain and the existential dread of living in a world of crumbling, unreliable things. We are chasing a satisfaction the product is designed never to provide. The fear of being left behind. This is the terror the tumor instills. If we step off the treadmill, we fear we will become obsolete ourselves. We will be the person with the ancient phone, the weird clothes, the dumb appliances. We fear social and professional irrelevance. The tumor convinces us that our value as human beings is tied to the newness of our possessions. It weaponizes social conformity to ensure its own survival. The illusion of thrift. Perhaps the most insidious hook is the belief that the system is efficient and cost-effective. It's cheaper to just buy a new one, we exclaim, celebrating our own exploitation. We have been trained to be terrible accountants of our own lives, looking only at the short-term price tag and ignoring the long-term cost. The financial, environmental, and spiritual debt we believe the cycle of consumption is the most practical way to live. Unable to imagine that a world of heirloom quality goods could not only be possible, but profoundly more affordable and peaceful. So how to dry fast? How to set up a protocol for healing? Well, the treatment for this cancer is a deliberate, conscious, and collective withdrawal of our energy. Let's call it a dry fast from the cycle of obsolescence. We must starve the tumor of the consent money and the tension it needs to live. The personal withdrawal, the heirloom pledge. This is your first and most powerful act of secession. Institute a personal rule. For any non-consumable good, I will either buy it for life, buy it repairable, or I will not buy it at all. This is a radical filter. It means walking away from the cheap, disposable option and seeking out the craftsman, the small brand, the used item built to last. It means researching, saving, and valuing one purchases that will last decades over 10 that will last only a few years. This single decision immediately halts your energy flow into the tumor. Now the linguistic and mental detox. We must change the language that justifies this cancer. We need to stop saying, I need an upgrade, and start saying, I am being manipulated into wanting a new one. Stop saying it's cheaper to buy new and start saying, I am paying a poverty tax to a corrupt system. Stop calling the latest model better. Call it differently fragile. The linguistic shift reframes our relationship with stuff from one of passive consumption to active critical awareness. We are no longer a consumer. We are a curator of our own life. The community-based nourishment, the repair economy. The energy you withdraw from the corporate tumor must be redirected to building a healthy local immune system. This is the nourishment phase. Seek out and patronize local repair shops. The tailor, the cobbler, the independent electronics repair technician, the furniture restorer. Your money becomes a direct investment in local skills and resilience. Join a Start a Repair Cafe, a community event where people gather to fix things together, sharing tools, knowledge, and camaraderie. This rebuilds the social fabric that the disposable economy shredded. Embrace the second-hand and barter economy. Buy from thrift stores, sell on local marketplaces, trade skills with a neighbor. This creates a parallel peer-to-peer economy that operates on principles of utility and community, not planned decay. As more of us undertake this personal and community fast, the corporate tumor will begin to starve. Its growth will slow. It will thrash and rave, but we will see even more aggressive advertisement, more desperate attempts to lock down right to repair, more products sold as subscriptions. Recognize this for what it is, the death throes of a parasite losing its host. We are not destroying the system, We are simply walking away from it, and as we do, the space we leave behind will be filled by a culture that values quality, permanence, and the quiet dignity of a thing that is made to last. So this planned obsolescence mindset is a metabolic illness in the body of our culture. Our prescribed dry fast, the withdrawal of our consent and our currency, is a metabolic reset. It is the only treatment that gets to the root cause. There will be a healing crisis. The tumor will not go quietly. It will scream at us from every screen, trying to trigger our addictions and fears. But this crisis is a sign that treatment is working. On the other side of this withdrawal is not deprivation, but profound liberation. Imagine a world without the constant background anxiety of things breaking down. A world where your possessions are trusted, familiar companions, not disposable liabilities. A world where your economic activity builds local skill and community wealth instead of distant corporate power. This is the natural harmony that awaits. The culture of disposability starved of our energy will naturally phase out, and the culture of quality and permanence will re-emerge, just as the body, once free of a parasite, can finally heal itself and thrive.